100% for you. Anyone else to share? Any more? There are 2 people.
I'm on the Cardano and then I want to know more about Cardano because this is my first time of hearing it. And it's like a friend who shares it, so I want to learn more and then
you can participate in governance, you can do a lot of things and have a voice or say. Is that okay? At least even being part of the community is something. Welcome. AG. Yeah, so how many hold Bitcoin? But how many of us ever heard of, who has never heard of Bitcoin here? Who has never heard it? So all of us have ever heard of Bitcoin, 100%. Please, let's clap for ourselves. I'm happy for this. It means that the media is doing very well. It's just that sometimes the media is not doing well in terms of fake news and a lot of attacks and selling, but the person doesn't even have a shop. But the person is every time posting DM for price, DM for this. And they don't even have a physical space. They don't even have a scarf or an earpiece to sell. But they are selling, buying and selling. We call it drop shipping, right? It's technology. It's technology. Without WhatsApp, where today WhatsApp is now a marketplace, social WhatsApp business. You chat a WhatsApp business account, you say hi, then it comes, welcome to something prince. We do it the following, then they start listening their services. If you chat, hi, AG professional services, I do this and that and that. Technology is. And why some of us are not interested in technology now. Whether you are doing medicine, you are doing arts, you are doing whatever, it's become part of us. Mobile money, if you don't learn to use it, you will not be able to what? Function well. Payments have changed drastically. Transport. So dReps, I thought it was hostel. So it's hotel, right? Yeah, so the Cardano Ghana community is where we belong. And for me, I'm also part of the Cardano ecosystem as a Cardano ambassador. And my role is I do organize meetups. With the Cardano Foundation, they have 3 major roles. You can be a meetup organizer, you can be content creator, you can also be a moderator. So as ambassadors, that's our role. And also, we launched the Cardano Ghana community somewhere in November 2023, right? At Mariam Dialogue Center. How many were there? I think you were there, Mr. Hardy was there, then you were also there, right? Yes, so we did the launching there, and that's what we've been running. And the idea is just to make sure that we try to, come together, build a very close community so that we can learn and share ideas. Because these are things that are happening. These are the gaps we are trying to close. The gaps that we are trying to close. Education gaps, opportunity gaps. Someone said, oh, I graduate, unemployed. Why? You may say, oh, I don't have opportunity. I don't have the gap. North and South, there are gaps. Continent, we don't need to go and beg. We don't need to, day in, day out. So we need to have that mentality of creating solutions. So next slide, we will explore briefly the Cardano blockchain. And then we'll also look at some of the arms or the entities behind Cardano, the ecosystem. Then we'll look at some few use cases of the Cardano ecosystem. Yeah, right. Okay, so then we'll look at the development phases. You cannot see. And so blockchain that's an IT phone, that's technology phone. You see someone say software, hardware, then you're confused. What software, what hardware? You understand? But these are things that we really need to learn about, okay? Now, blockchain in simple terms is a database, okay? Database that provides a platform for all of us, for individuals like us, for entities, to go and create data and store the data. Is that okay? It's just the database, okay? And it's decentralized. That's one distinguishing feature about blockchain. It is decentralized. When we say decentralized, what does it mean? Anything, it is locked in because it has a lot of participants And these participants, we call them node operators. They have their computer servers, and they are able to what? They are able to validate transactions. They are able to validate data and get it confirmed onto the blockchain. So you cannot change it. Once it's recorded, it stays there forever. And it's public for everyone to see. Why is it public? For transparency. Is that okay? For transparency to occur, for accountability to occur. Now, Bitcoin blockchain provides the platform for what? Confirming what? Bitcoin transactions. That's one major use case of blockchain is financial payments or transactions. So cryptocurrencies are just one use case of blockchains. We'll look at the use case very soon. Ethereum one, another. And Ethereum, if you go online and you search Ethereum, the Ethereum community or their infrastructure, Ethereum infrastructure happens that it is electricity, constant supply, reliable electricity to be able to what? To run the nodes. Constant. And that reminds me of the gaps that sometimes we have. Yes, power supply is one challenge that we have here. Okay, but we'll be able to, we'll get there where we have stable power and we can be able to start things like this. Cardano is the third. And when you hear Cardano, I'm here to talk about it. It's the third generation blockchain. Has its own, it's not every cryptocurrency that has a blockchain, but some blockchain communities have what? All have what? Cryptocurrencies. So that's the difference between cryptocurrency and a blockchain. Let's not get the two concepts what? Mixed up. Solana has their blockchain community, and it allows you to be able to what? Send and transactions, make payments to and fro. Make payments. And I was telling you when I was talking about the how money has been evolving, from the barter to where barter to the commodity money, to the mineral world, to the paper, to coins, to electronic money today, and then what? To cryptocurrencies as the seventh generation money. Seventh generation. Tomorrow, you don't be surprised you come to Nat Hotel. A block of transaction, a block of what? Data. Once it is created, it's put onto the ledger. So during our introduction, someone mentioned they are what? They are accountants. And in accounting, we have what we call a ledger, right? What's a ledger? What's a ledger?